Hey everybody here at the LLE. Welcome to the Monday Motivational Meeting. We're going to get our meeting started by looking at our tally, our membership total. We are up to 39. I just added a new member this morning. A lot of exciting things are happening, and that's what we're going to talk about now. We've got the Mother's Day promo still running. I put up all the different courses that are available for a steep discount here. Basically everything's going for about $9 or $10, something to that effect, up until the 12th, a couple days away. What are we on here? The 11th, maybe till tomorrow. So if you're looking for one of these courses and you want to get it at the cheapest price possible, here's your chance to do so. You don't have to start the course right away, but I do want to give you a chance to get it at the best price possible. Okay, so let's talk about the learning, launching, and earning that is happening in the group already, because that's what this is all about. That's what LLE is all about. I'm still talking with several of you in the group. Jessica and I have been on a bit of a chat fest lately. We've been going back and forth. It's great. I'm getting to know her. I think she's getting to know me a little bit better. We're talking about some areas of launching. We're talking about marketing a lot. She's got some expertise in this area, so she's helping me. She's a parent with some young children, and so I'm going to help her in that area. So it's kind of a scratch each other's back type of experience, and that's what this is all about. Find people in this group that you can help, and they can help you, and you can help them, and that's what I want to happen in this community. It's what it's all about. So Jessica and I are going to be working with each other, acting maybe like a mentor, mentee, mentor back and forth. We'll both be mentors to one another. All right, and Joanna and I have chatted back and forth. She is sending me the updates on what she's doing with her project, which is to help Polish speakers understand ACT. So she's transcribing some of the course. She's going to add some of her own input to it. Add maybe some videos and things like that. So we're putting this project together. I'm super excited because this is going to help me hit my goal, which is to impact 1 million families or 1 billion people, whichever comes first is fine. And I don't speak Polish, and she does, and there's a lot of languages I don't speak. I barely do a good job with English. Okay, so I need a lot of languages. I need a lot of help, and Joanna is fired up about ACT. She believes in it. And we've had some conversations about ACT, so I know she knows her stuff, and I'm super proud and excited to be working with her on this endeavor. So we are still moving forward in that. She sends me her progress report each week, and we're moving forward on it. It's fantastic. All right, another guy in the group, Leo Mel and I, we finally connected, and I sent him over a link to my school, the Star Family Coaching School, and he's already doing something that we are going to be all having the opportunity to do later on in this launch when it occurs, the big official launch that's been on delay for a while. I know I keep putting it off, but I want everything to launch the way it's supposed to, and I've had a few delays in getting things ready for the school, and a couple other things happened in my personal life that kind of put things on hold for a bit. But we're getting back on track. I can't give you an exact date on when we're launching. Maybe June 1st, might be, wink wink, not sure. I'll keep you posted. But we've made Leo an affiliate, and he is going to be able to promote what's happening at the school to whoever and all the different connections he has in the Philippines and throughout the world. And so he's going to be moving into earning, and this is what we're trying to do. If you guys are interested in that, learning, launching to earning, figuring out ways to do some earning, and this is a way we can do that. So I got 3 of you really involved in different things. I'm super excited about that. Now, personally, I'm also learning to launching to earning as well. I've been working on some marketing because we're going to launch my school. The big launch part of LLE is going to be launching my school, which is going to have everything that we have at Udemy right now, but it's going to be on a whole another level. we're going to be able to do things at my school that I just can't do at Udemy. And I'm excited about it, and it's going to help students learn better, get them to launching, and getting them to earning. Can't do that kind of thing on the Udemy platform. In fact, you're here, right? We're not on Udemy doing it. You're here in this group. Yes, you're taking courses on Udemy, and that's fine. And I'm glad you were introduced to me through Udemy. I have nothing but positive things to say about Udemy, but still, I want to be able to do more, and that's what we're going to be able to do. All right, so I took a course and finished it up on marketing. So I ticked that box off, making some progress there. What else is happening? Oh, I completed the courses, uploading the course for the optimal parenting, and I finished the quizzes. See, that's what's happening in the courses on the school platform versus Udemy. I'm going to give you guys quizzes to make sure you understand this material. You got to pass these quizzes if you want to get a certification from me, from Star Family Coaching. If you want the Udemy certification of completion, basically what you can do, guys, and this is the truth, and I've seen this happen, people have finished my course, I don't know how, 2 and 3 of my courses in a 24-hour period. Now I know what they're doing because I have long courses. They turn the computer on and they walk away and they go to sleep. And they come back and the course is done, and they get a little certification that says that they finished the course. That's cheating, right? So I want to make sure that you guys really understand the material. And the only way I could do that really is to either meet with you and talk to you about it, which is something else we'll be able to do in the school, is actually engage with you one-on-one or in a group setting. And I'm going to make that available in the school, and also these quizzes that will test you on your knowledge. So they're not going to be terribly difficult questions. In fact, some of the answers are really silly, and if you paid attention at all in class, you'll get the answers right. And that's really all it's about. I just want to make sure that you're really getting the information. Okay, now I am updating right now, or uploading, the next course, which is the Optimal Happy Life course. That I got uploaded as well, and I'm working on the quizzes for that course. I have one more course to upload, which is the Human Voyage course, and then the quizzes will come. That I'm hoping to do this week. Now, just before I got on with you guys, I met with this guy named Tony Gordon, who's a podcaster over in Scotland. And one of our members, Graham Nichols, is the guy who introduced me to him. Graham has done a podcast with him, and I'm going to be on a podcast with him as well. And I spent an hour with him talking about the different things that we can do together on the podcast. And he has an interest in ACT, and he has an interest in the Cognition Tower and the parenting courses and such. So we'll be talking about that. I invite you guys to check out his podcast. It's called Break Free from Your Monkey Mind. I love that name, Break Free from Your Monkey Mind. It's available on all sorts of different platforms. I'm going to post a link here in the group so that if you guys want to check it out and listen to Coach Hall talk for about a half hour, I think they're 30-minute programs, and that's it. You can check that out. Okay, so we're getting the word out. That's important. What we're trying to do, and again, my mission is to impact 1 million people by 2030. And this guy's over in Scotland, and this is great. I got to get the word out. We're going to talk about these things that we have at Star Family Coaching and help the world so we can all live in a better place. Okay, what else is happening here? Finishing the quizzes. I've talked about that. Oh, when I finish that, then I'm going to jump back into finishing up the course workbook for 6th Fem. Okay, I teased 6th Fem to you guys that have started the beginner ACT course. So you got a little bit of it, a little taste of it, but the 6th Fem course is really going to help those of you that want to be more proactive in your life. You really want to take life by the horns, right? You're getting on that bull of life and you really want to take command. And this is my personal framework. This is what I use every single day. This is what has launched me in life. And so I want to make this available to you and to the world out there. And that's in the process of being put together right now. The course workbook is still being put together. When I finish the course workbook, I use that to jump into the studio to film. And that's so you can have a little insight on how I create my courses. I do my workbook first, and then I do the filming off the workbook, and then I create a workbook after that. So it's a course book, filming, and then a workbook. So that's the order of things. And so that's what's coming. I'm hoping that I can get this done in the next few weeks, and with the launch targeted for maybe the beginning of June. And that might hopefully coincide with the time that we officially launch Learning to Launching to Earning. So, okay. So that's what we're looking for. Let's see what else we have. This group will have opportunities, okay? And this is very important that you understand that when we get to the launch, this group, you guys, the current members, are going to have opportunities available to you, much like what I've already made available to Leo. Leo's kind of, he's the first one in, so to speak, in this area. There's a lot of things. I mean, what Joanna and I are doing is a first, and what Jessica and I is a first. So there's some first going on here. Somebody has to be a first. And what I want to do is make everything that these folks are doing that are first available to everybody. And that's what's going to be happening when we officially launch, okay? But here's the thing. What I make available to you in the launch stage, in the big grand opening stage, is going to be available for a limited time. Because I can imagine at some point, I only have so many hours in a day, and I can only directly work with so many people. And when that schedule gets filled, we won't be able to do it anymore. Also, I want to incentivize this group, as kind of the pilot group, to really, once we get into have moved from learning to launching to earning, and we're all earning, those of you that want to earn and be a part of this, that you will be in the group helping the others that join the group move along that same pattern, if you will, okay? Because you'll have seen it work for yourself, you'll know the magic of this whole thing, and you'll be encouraged and want to help the new people that join the group to move along. And I want to give you guys a little bit more up front because of where you're at, okay? You're like, let's call this kind of a startup operation. Brand new company. You guys are the founders of the company, if you will. We can call it that. And the founders should be compensated as founders should be compensated. Once we get this thing rolling, we're going to change things around a little bit. Prices are going to change. How we give commissions are going to change, and all that stuff. I haven't figured it out, all the details. That's why I'm not really sharing that information with you yet. And I want to save some of this for the big launch anyways. But I'm teasing you guys here a little bit. I want you guys to know that there is something big coming around the corner. It's not just a lot of smoke and mirrors at this point. There's something big about to come out, and I'm going to launch it to the whole group. Okay, let's see what else I have. I've got my notes off here on the side, so apologize if I'm looking off camera here for a minute. All right, we had another situation this week with, let me get a little water. It's happened only a couple times that I think people come into the group and they don't look at the rules, and so they see me promoting, and I do. I promote my courses for you guys because I want you to be aware of when I've got my courses on sale so you get the best discounts. This might be misleading in that folks that are not reading the rules might feel like, well, if he's promoting, I can promote myself as well. But that's not in the rules. The rules are that we don't do self-promoting. This is all about learning to launching to earning. What I'm promoting is what we're going to be learning and what we eventually will be launching and hopefully we'll be using for earning. So yeah, is it a little unfair that I get to promote and you don't? Well, here's the thing. If you contact me through a private message and say, hey, I would like to do this and this and this, and it fits in with what we're doing, hey, we're good to go. But if you just throw something up there, it says something, how to make a bunch of money, contact me, that's a violation of the rules. And I'm going to take it down and I will contact you, not to embarrass you. I'm not going to tell everybody in the group that you did anything wrong. I'm going to private message you and say, listen, please look at the rules. This is a violation of rules. I'm removing the post. Please don't do it again. Now, I will have to say this, if I start seeing a repeat of this, then we'll have to ask you to leave the group. I'll just expel you from the group. That's just point blank how harsh it could be. I don't want to get there, and I hope it doesn't happen, but we do have to have some boundaries and some rules to follow, and those are the rules. Okay, so everyone in the group is growing. If you want to grow, it's a decision that you get to make. If you want to participate in the group and start opening up and be part of the discussions, you're free to do so. If you want to sit on the sideline and watch, and that's the best way for you, you're free to do that too. I'm noticing that there's a way for me to see how many eyeballs are on all the posts, and we're probably getting about, on average, maybe 20-25% of us are looking at what's happening and paying attention. So I'm going to be paying attention to these things, and at some point when the numbers get to a certain size, I may go in and start contacting the people that really don't seem very interested and ask them if they really want to be with the group. And it's only because I don't want the number to look inflated when people come in and think this group is bigger than it actually is, and sometimes that's what's the case is. And I've been a part of groups that they show there's 20,000, 30,000. A group that I helped build up that's now at 60,000. I guarantee you there are not 60,000 people participating in that group. At most, there's 600. It's highly inflated. But it looks good when you join a group like that and you see, man, I'm a part of a group of 60,000 strong. Most of those people are not really participating. They don't even have them popping up on their reminders, or they don't get notifications even when things are happening in the group. It's just they're a part of many groups. And I don't want this group to be that kind of group. I want a group that really is loaded up and filled with people who are participating and really want to learn, to launch, and to earn. Point blank, as simple as I can put it. Okay, now I posted a chart. I'm trying to remember what day it was. Maybe it was over the weekend. And I want you guys to refer to this chart. It's the methods change cycle. Some of the courses that I teach, I have this chart in there, and I find this chart to be very, very useful. Not only in keeping your progress perhaps within the course that you may be taking, but to use this in your life. If you're feeling like on a Monday, oh God, Monday's here and I got to do another week. Why won't the weekend get here already? And life's getting kind of depressing, down. There are people in the world right now that are experiencing shutdown again. I got off a phone a couple days ago with a friend of mine up in Canada, and they're shutting things down again on them. And I'm like, oh, good Lord. They're opening things up here in Florida, but I was very empathetic and felt bad for what's happening to my friends up in Canada. And I don't, if it's all of Canada or it's just in her area. But there are places where they're shutting things down, locked down again. And some places are opening up, and you can feel pretty depressed, and you can feel like you're not making any progress in life. And so I would use this method change cycle to help you monitor what it is that's going on in your life. Take on a new course, take on a new project, take on something new that's different in your life, and look at this chart. Find out where you're at so you can see that you're making progress. This will help your self-esteem. This will help you feel better about what you're doing in your life until you get back into, you're not locked down anymore. You get to go back out into the world again. But even once you're in the real world, you still need a means to be able to track your progress. And so this is a powerful tool. I use it quite often. In fact, what I would ask you to do is once you get into that learning phase and you start applying it and you're trying it out and you're putting in the effort and you maybe have to get back into learning, I would dissect this one even further down. I would look at it and go, okay, how can I break the stuff that I'm learning into chunks, big chunks, and maybe take those chunks and even break them into smaller segments. You take these little segments or pieces, and what you look for is, what piece can I work on today? And just get that piece done. Okay. We call this incremental change. And honestly, this is most of life is going to be based upon incremental change, almost unnoticeable change. But we want to make note of it, because if we notice the change occurring, we feel like we're participating in life and we're making progress. And it's the progress that's going to help us feel good about ourselves. And so this is what we want to focus on. Yes, maybe you're in lockdown. Yes, maybe things aren't going so well for you right now. Maybe you're having some difficulties in a course, learning this, one of the many courses I offer, maybe some other course. I'm experiencing that myself in this marketing world, right? I come from a brick and mortar marketing world, and I know that backwards and forwards, and moving into this, online social media marketing world, it's a whole different experience, and I can feel overwhelmed easily. But what I do is I step back and I look at one social media at a time and all the different parts of that social media, and I say, okay, I'm going to learn this little part of it here, and I'm going to study that, and that's my little incremental change for the day. And then I get that done, and then I move on to the next one. And so sometimes it feels like in life you have to take these little baby steps, little tiny incremental steps, but you're still making progress. It's when you decide that I can't do anymore, or I don't want to do this anymore, or you just refuse to do what is required of you, then this is when you start to have kind of a defeatist attitude, and you can slip back into unconsciously incompetent, and you're back to square one again. But if that happens to you, acknowledge it, be okay with it, and say, okay, sometimes this happens to us, but I can get right back onto that learning stage and get right back into that incremental learning process. So pay attention to these little things that we're doing. Give yourself a high five. What I tend to do is say, hey, if I get something done, and if I was with a partner and they just did something wonderful, I'd say, hey, here's a high five, right? And you do a high five like that. Well, give yourself a high five for when you complete these tiny little tasks. Stretch up, put your hands up in the air and stretch out. Give yourself a nice little stretch. Reach up and clap your hands like that. High five yourself. Give yourself a hug. You did a great job. It's awesome, especially if it was something you struggled with. You got through it, man. That's awesome. Fantastic. Kudos for you. Keep it up. You're the best. Okay? This is the kind of positive self-talk you need to give yourself. You need to share that with others. If you guys have a study buddy, you're talking to one another, and pump each other up like this. This is the medicine. This is the good love medicine that we can give to one another. And I invite you guys to do exactly the same thing. Okay? We can gain strength by recognizing our effort towards learning and our ability to focus on the skill. Okay? This is important. Not that we actually complete what it is that we're doing, which is what we want. We want to complete. But notice the effort and your ability to focus, and give yourself praise for that. Because if you put forth the effort, right, and you put in the focus, you will accomplish the task. So these are the incremental things that we need to look at, and that we need to recognize and be grateful for, and give ourselves high fives and hugs for. Because this is what will get us through these tough, struggling times of having difficulty with the obstacles of learning something that's new, that's uncomfortable, brand new, out of the box. I don't know, it seems overwhelming. All these feelings that we have, we can overcome that and continue to make the progress by looking at effort and looking at our focus, rewarding ourselves for the effort and the focus, and achieving. when we achieve, of course, we're going to give ourselves a high five as well. Notice the tiny little change towards the progress we want. Applaud ourselves, celebrate it, take an early break, for example, and have an extra pickle on that, sandwich as a reward, whatever it is that you like. Okay, so these are little tiny things that we can do for ourselves that can go a long way in changing our mood and our motivation moving forward, and of course the willingness for us to do the things that are necessary to get to do what matters in life. And that's all important. Okay, all right, let's see. Give yourself that high five clap when you complete these tasks. I think that's going to be the final word for the day. Give yourselves a high five, guys. You've done well. Jessica, big high five to you. Joanna, Leo Mel, big high five. Everybody else, all the newcomers in the group, big high five to you guys. All of you guys that have been watching and maybe not ready to engage yet, but you've been watching. I applaud you. Thank you very much. Big high five to you. Give a high five for yourself. See if you can take it to the next level this week. See if you're ready to, just give a little thumbs up or a comment on a post that you see in the group. This will break the ice. You'll start to feel better about your engagement. You can ask a question. That's a great thing. Just ask any question. If you're in one of my courses, ask a question. What did you mean by, and fill in the blank, whatever the question. There are no silly questions. There are no bad questions. All questions are good in this group, okay? We're going to end on that note, and just understand, guys, I want you to continue this week learning, preparing for, if you're not already launching, get ready to launch. And if you're already launching, let's get to earning, okay? Learning to launching to earning, okay? That's it, great. Guys, thank you for joining me here on the Monday Motivational Meeting. And I'll see you next week. And this week I'll be posting every single day, so feel free to participate in that as well. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day.